Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Paschata Deshakarine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshakarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. One request to all of you, please participate, and those who are regularly attending Kirtan, they will know, but at least for those who it's for the first time, it's not a performance, it's Sankirtan, and Sankirtan means everyone together participates in chanting the names of Supreme Lord. Can we increase the volume? And that makes Sankirtan very potent, very powerful. Sankirtan literally means everyone's combined energies united to glorify the Lord. And that is very powerful. So I'll sing first and then you can repeat after me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Everyone together, please.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Please raise your hands, everyone. With your eyes closed, keep a prayer in front of you and sing loudly, loudly, very loudly.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna's holy name is described as Chintamani, touchstone. It can fulfill any desire you have. So please have a spiritual desire, a desire which will bring you closer to the Lord. Don't desire reduction in interest rate, in mortgage reduction, admission of your kids in a better school, or any such desire. But keep a spiritual desire in forefront, and let's do it one more time together loudly. Hare Krishna. Loudly please, आवाज ही नहीं आ रही. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare One last time, praying for Praveen Prabhu and his family's well-being, their spiritual well-being. Very loudly with your heart. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for participating. Can I get some water here? Thank you.
Hare Krishna everyone, Hare Krishna. We are very fortunate to have His Grace Arjun Sakha Prabhu among us on this auspicious day of Kartik month. So please take this opportunity to hear very attentively. Prabhu has been preaching for many years in our temple. Prabhu is one of the senior brahmachari in our temple. He takes care of family preaching as well as youth preaching. So I request everyone, please listen to the lectures very carefully and ask any questions after the class if you have. Hare Krishna. I would like to ask everyone to say Hari Bol 3 times, please.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
He has a very busy schedule. Gaurang made it for today's program, so thank you. He is one of a very few kids in our community who are homeschooled, and they are few years ahead of normal kids of their own age in terms of academics, spiritual practices, learning shlokas, Sanskrit. On top of it, they are number 1 in the soccer league also.
Hari Bol.
I'll quickly offer some praise and then we can start. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manabhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadam Dadati Swadadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yathapada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sarvajatam Sahagopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhaiva Cha Patidhanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
First of all, I want to thank Praveen Prabhu and his family. Akshit is here also for organizing this program. It is one thing to invite people at home because many people do parties. And when you do party, you invite people. Because without people, where is fun? When you have people coming home or you go to someone's place, you eat, drink, dance, have music. That's exactly what we did today. But there is a slight difference. And the difference is there is someone else in the center. The whole idea of such a program is not to just maintain our religious identity. Garv se bolo Hindu hai. With pride, just say I am a Hindu. Sanatani. It's very popular these days in India. But there is much more depth to it. And the depth is, let's understand the science behind spirituality. Yesterday I was giving a talk at a place, and I was telling them my own experience. One time I was distributing Bhagavad Gita on street, and a very nice young boy, Christian boy, he came and he was talking to me. I was explaining him Bhagavad Gita, and I offered him Bhagavad Gita, and I told him, do you know anything about soul, reincarnation, karma? He said, according to what I follow, these things don't exist. There is no reincarnation, there is no karma. So we only live once. You heard this term YOLO?
Yes.
Very commonly you must have heard. Yeah. You only live once. And because we only live once, according to modern Western phenomena, then why worry so much about what will happen after I pass away? Why check your actions? Why control your senses? Why control your behaviors? Why act in certain ways which is not giving a result of pleasure now? We coming from mostly everyone from Indian background, I'm assuming. So we've heard from our parents telling us so many times, you do good so that you can get good. So immediately if I get something good, I have a motivation to act on it. But who knows next life exists or not? Who knows after multiple lives what I'm going to get? So this was my discussion with this young Christian boy, and we were talking on this topic. So I asked him, what do you think is the cause of so much disparity, such a stark difference between 3 kids born, or for that matter, take 4 examples of kids born. One is born in a very affluent multimillionaire family. Other is born in a middle class family. The third one is born in a slum. And the fourth one is born handicapped. So you see the difference? So one child is born handicapped. One kid is born in slums. Other one is born in middle class circumstances. And the fourth one is from an aristocratic, very rich family. So my question to him was, on what basis this division is made and who decides? You see? It's a very simple question. But if we don't have the understanding of Vedic scriptures, we cannot even answer this very simple question of who decides. Because his point was that God is just, God is good, and God is all good. So if God is all good, is there a lottery system? Does he have a bucket in which chits are there? That okay, your chit is handicapped. Okay, take handicap birth. Okay, your chit is poor, rich, whatever. On what basis is it decided? The only answer he could give me was good luck and bad luck. Then my immediate reply to him was, then where is the justice of God if good luck and bad luck is in place, is deciding all these factors? We all, if given a choice, we would choose everything upmarket for our own birth. But none of us had choice. I had a friend, he's a very nice devotee now. He's a little short height, 5 feet 4 inches. So he was always teased at school, in college also here, or you're so short, you're so short. He was bullied about it. So one day in his school days, he was in year 11 or 12, he went to his parents and he started fighting with them. And you know what was the fight? Because of you, I am short. Because you are short height, that's why I am short height. And he really argued. Now, who decides all this? What factor is really deciding all these issues, all these real different nuances in our lives? Any guesses? Karma? Any other guess? And who agrees to her? You can raise your hand if you agree to this concept of karma. That literally means that really translates to that most of us agree that we don't only live once. There is something we have done in the past which has caused me to take birth in certain situations, certain species, certain genders, certain nationality, certain places, families, skin color, body types, whatever. Now, if my past has decided my present, then literally that means my present is deciding my future. So if my past was not in my control and now I am living in present, that means my future is right now in control of me fully. But do I utilize? No. Why? Because we actually live our lives based on YOLO. You only live once. And we theoretically may say, Atma hoti hai. Soul is there. We theoretically may say, Arey, he passed away and he went to heaven. So who passed away and who went to heaven? So the person who passed away, you are burning that body, but something went to heaven. That means there was already a difference. In our statement, there is a difference between the two. But is our life really directed towards that? Is a question to be asked. And that's how Bhagavad Gita begins. That's exactly where Bhagavad Gita starts. Krishna starts giving his instructions, explaining this very powerful phenomena of understanding our own identity. You know what is modern day mantra? Modern day mantra is earn, buy, consume, die. Earn, buy, consume, die. Please repeat 1 second with me. Earn, buy, consume, die. Earn, buy, consume, die. And everything else we do is just decoration of this mantra. We have religious activities. We have family setups. We have friend circles around us. We have kitty parties. We have whatever. Everything is decorating this one mantra. Goal of life is what? You earn, you buy, you consume what you have purchased, and then you die. Now someone can say, it is too much of a statement. I don't live like that. Then see your lives. See most of the people's lives. how the life is designed. You'll be surprised. This is exactly how we're living. If you ask someone, what is the purpose of your life? Someone will say, purpose of life is 5 investment property, 2 investment property, 3 investment property. My child going to here, to there. This is the car I want to drive. How many people will really say, the purpose of my life is self-realization? If I ask you this question, you don't have to answer, because now you know the answer. But in your heart, what answer will you give? What is the goal of your life? What exactly you are doing right now in your life which is leading to that goal? The answer is earn, buy, consume, die. And because we are coming from some Hindu background, so we have some religious decoration around this mantra, and that's why we live. That's how exactly we live. Am I right or no? Anyone can challenge me, please, if you think I'm really exaggerating. Because our life speaks very louder on these topics. And that's exactly where Arjun's questions to Krishna in Bhagavad Gita shed light to these answers. And because we live with this this phenomena that we only live once, immediately that leads to FOMO. What is FOMO? Fear of missing out. It is such a serious fear within everyone that there is something I'm really missing out because I only have one life. And whatever I can acquire to make myself and those people who I'm attached to happy, I will do it. We all know Ravan kidnapped Mother Sita. And then don't everyone in the Ravan side also agreed with Ravan's action? No. One very classic person who did not agree with Ravan was Vibhishan. He just walked out. He just left the party of Ravan, he went to Ram's side. There was another person who was very much against Ravan. Do you know who that was? Mandodari, Ravan's wife. Yeah. But she was a dharmic wife. She did not leave Ravan. And neither Ravan heard her counsel. She told Ravan on few occasions, how can you kidnap someone's wife? You have practically the most beautiful woman with you on planet Earth. And mind you, Mandodari was very attractive. She was nowhere near Sita for sure, because Sita Devi is mother goddess Lakshmi, So, but Mandodari, Ravan said, no ways. I am going ahead with my plan. This is exactly what I want, and this is my desire. There was one more person who opposed Ravan. Do you know who was that? Kumbhakarna, his brother. But he was an opposition that was, Meghnad never opposed. Meghnad was always in support of his father. Kumbhakarna was in opposition in such a way that he told Ravan, what you're doing is wrong, but he said, I will die for you. You are my brother, I will die for you, but what you're doing is wrong. So there is a very interesting conversation that happens between the two. So Ravan with his minister is standing. Kumbhakarna was woken up from his deep slumber, deep sleep. They took hundreds of elephants. All the instrument players in Lanka, they went and they started playing drums to wake Kumbhakarna. It was not time for him to wake up yet, but it was emergency now. So hundreds of elephants came on one side of Kumbhakarna. On the other side, they had made a swimming pool where his face will enter, and these elephants tried to turn him over. That's how they woke up Kumbhakarna with so much difficulty. So when Kumbhakarna woke up, he found out the reason. He was so upset with his brother's behavior. He straight went to Ravan. Ravan was with his minister. Kumbhakarna told him two very important things. First of all, it is very adharmic to kidnap someone's wife. You should not even look lustfully towards another woman, especially someone's wife. What to speak of, you kidnapped her? Is this too much of a atrocious activity? Then second thing he said, whom you are dealing with is none other than the Supreme Lord Ram. He is Vishnu, Swayam Vishnu. You will die. And Ravan said, don't give me lecture. Will you help me or not? And Kumbhakarna said, but brother, please think over your action. Ravan's minister made a very interesting statement that time. And that's how people in Kali Yuga live. Ravan's minister said, everyone has a right to do whatever it takes to be happy. He said, everyone has a right to do whatever it takes to be happy. So whatever gives pleasure to Ravan, it is his right to exercise. There is no dharma, there is no adharma in that. That means if you see that what kidnapping someone's wife will give me pleasure, you have all the right to do that. And when Kumbhakarna heard this, that my brother, who has defeated Devatas, who has pleased Lord Shiva himself, is counseled by such ministers, he said, I am ready to die for you, but what you are doing is wrong. Ravan said, don't give me lecture, do your duty, go. And Kumbhakarna knew that he will die. He was so driven by this one very focused phenomena, and that is my life, my choice, my pleasure, my desire, nothing else matters. And now you see people around us, exactly same principle. Where is integrity in terms of not cheating others, not lying to others? Just to save $2, we don't mind lying. Just to get some discount, we don't mind lying. Just to really not pay back someone's money, we don't mind lying or cheating. In previous years, not years or era, if you have given a promise by your words, that itself is a testimony. No coming back from that. Now, even if you sign affidavit, you go and claim, no, it was done falsely. Some cheating was done. I actually didn't do. I was not in right mindset. Something happened. I was pressured, blah, blah, whatever. Times have changed. Now our promises are exactly like words written on water. You write first letter. By the time you reach to next letter, the first one is gone. This is us. Why? Because the whole focus has become my pleasure is everything. And why is so? Why is so? Because we are not following the teachings of Bhagavad Gita or Vedic scriptures for that matter. And that's why everything we do in this life is very clearly focused. And that's focused on somehow or other, my world rotates around fulfilling my desires, and whoever comes in between has to go out of the way. I like this girl, I like that boy. Now the family who has taken care of me for whole life, they have to get out of my way because I want this relationship. Then within the same relationship, another problem comes. Then next relation, same problem comes. So whatever I want, whoever is disturbing my enjoyment has to move aside. If this value is put back in society, and I can see most of you are having children or in future will have kids. If this value is not put back in society, where we have spiritual culture around us, we will be very sorry for our next generation. As a matter of fact, we have a friend, he lives in Canberra. So he was mentioning once that he was shocked that one time his daughter, 7-year-old daughter, came home and said, Papa, why every weekend I am with you and mommy together? Because so many of my friends, they come and tell me it is so nice, so much fun that one weekend I am with mommy, one weekend I am with papa, and they both take me different places. So this person couldn't get it. Why is she even saying that? So he went to her school to ask the teacher, why is she speaking? She was the only kid in the school whose parents were together. She was the only child. It so much shook him to the core that he decided, now I came to Australia to make fortune. But what am I going to give to my next generation? Where my child is telling me, why can't I stay one weekend with mommy, one weekend with papa? It'll be so nice. In his words, he said that was the day I decided if I don't practice and respect my values, my whole purpose of living this materialistic life to give some benefit to my kids is a big failure. I must acquire these values, these spiritual teachings, and pass it on to my next generation. And it becomes my responsibility. Otherwise, we in our hearts of heart we know we don't want our kids to really be Aussies the way we see. And you may be able to give some traces of culture, but most of the parents you ask, if kids ask the parents, why should we go to temple? The best answer parents give is because it is good. Why should we do arti? Because it is good. Why do we do puja? Because it is good. There are hardly any proper explanations we ourselves can give to our children because we don't know. The fact is we don't know. It's just that we don't know. Only thing we know is earn, buy, consume, die in a Hindu way, and we will pass it on to our kids how to be a Hindu, earn, buy, consume, die perfectionist. But we forget or we miss sometimes that they are in Western land. They are in Western land where I was speaking to one of my friend, he's German boy, and I just randomly asked him. He's born and brought up in Australia, but background is Germany. So we were just randomly discussing how teenage life is for you all, and we came to the topic of drugs while discussing. So I asked him, which all drugs have you tried? And he named, I've never even heard those names. Before that, I was thinking, I know few names. What else extra can maybe one or two more names? But he told me 10 names I've never heard before. So I said, what happens to the other kids then? In his words, I'm just repeating as it is. He said, I don't know any of my friends. He said, I cannot name even one single friend of mine who has not gone through drugs in Melbourne. He said, some choose to stay with it and some choose to give it up. But everybody goes through trying it. And now this is where our hard-earned, our hard labor we are investing in our children is accompanying them. And then we have nothing serious or valuable to offer to our own children, and we expect them to be very nice, cultured boy or girl because I was so. It is such an illusion. Parents get so heartbroken, so disheartened when they realize that they just lost the plot completely. Today morning, this is today morning discussion. A couple, husband wife, both doctors, very successful, perfect in their field. For 2-3 hours, husband wife just crying because when both of them are working, they neglected the children. What to speak of spiritual values? Just basic affection only they lacked. The child, son, when he grew up, he's now in first year university. Because I don't have their permission, I can't tell the details because some of you know them. The son is in first year university. The day he entered university, he told parents, from now on, whenever I want to meet you, I will let you know. And he has all valid reasons. He said, because you never gave me love and time. You were busy in your own career, your own future building, but you just neglected us completely. And he's such a nice kid, he's so nice with his friends, but his parents have to take weekly appointment with him to go and meet him in the university. And this is exactly what his father told me, 90% time we fight and we return. Because he gets very upset in our presence. And the father was crying and telling, it just never clicked me. I was thinking I'm just making money for him. I have clinic, I have this, that, but and you can't even face the mother. She's in such condition. You just can't even face her. And the son is most upset with mother because she was always busy in her money making endeavors. Now one can say, I'm not such an extreme case. No, I don't even work. A parent can say that also. But giving values to our next generation, there is no shortcuts to that. We ourselves, now if I consider we are all sitting here in this group, it is so important, it is of such a paramount importance for all of us to help ourselves first. There is a very nice shloka. Bharat bhumite hoila manushya janam janam sartha kari kar paropkar. We are so fortunate that we have taken birth in land of Bharatvarsha. Make your life successful and then help others. I was giving the example of that Christian boy I was speaking to. We so easily know that what is Atma. At least theoretically we know what is Karma. We theoretically know what is reincarnation. Now suppose my father passes away and he is right in front of me and I'm crying. Oh, my father left me. Oh, my father left me. And there you walk in and you say, hey, stupid, why are you crying? Your father is lying in front of you. I said, no, my father left me. My father left me. But he said, no, your father is right in front of you. I'm crying, no, my father left me. Who has left? Please understand this. If you can get this, this can really change the course of your life. The person whom I thought is my father for my whole life, I don't want that body in my home anymore because it will smell. The person whom I'm crying for, I never knew who left. Whom I thought is my father, I don't want. Who actually left the body, I never knew. That means for last 40 years of my relationship with my father, I never even connected with him to his real self. And that can be in mother's relation, son's relation, spouse's relation, whatever relation, friend's relation. We just don't even connect to the real person. And body, we just don't want when the real person leaves the body. We lack so much in our own identity crisis that we don't even question all these things. Please be very honest. Those who are at least going for programs regularly, they may have heard this before. But be very, very honest. Do we really think about these topics? Do we really get a chance to think about these topics? Where do we get a chance to think about these topics? We are so busy praying that somehow mortgage rate comes down because it's really touching the roof, and this is reality, it is touching the roof, that we don't even get a chance. We just want somehow crypto market to come back. We just really, really want somehow the cash reserves to be back again in action. That's exactly what we're aiming for all the while. We just don't even question these real issues. और ये किसी पड़ोसी की बात नहीं हो रही, अपने लिए ही है. This is for us. We're not doing a favor on anyone else. We want to know answers for these questions for us because it's me. There was a just general calculation done that in a day, we on a normal day, if we work 8 to 9 hours a day, and 2 hours you add to commute, go to work, come back, settle yourself, whatever. So 11 hours of your day, unless you're working from home, but 11 hours of your day are gone just to go to work, do the job, and come back. Is it right? Is this figure okay?
Yep.
7 hours on average, everyone sleeps. Some sleep 6 hours, some sleep 8 hours. But 7 hours, average people sleep. 18 hours gone. To get ready in the morning, go to toilet, take shower, cook for yourself, or if you're not cooking, your spouse is cooking, to eat, to clean yourself, 2 hours a day will go. Is it correct figure? Am I increasing it too much?
No, correct. Correct.
So 20 hours of your day is gone just to do 3 things. Go to work, sleep, and feed yourself. Basically get ready. Now in the next 4 hours, you have to take care of your own physical needs, your mental needs, your family, your children, their mental and physical needs, their entertainment, your entertainment, YouTube reels, Insta reels, or YouTube short videos, whatever, Facebook. Then any emergency that can come towards your family side or your in-laws side. What to speak of your own spiritual well-being, your mental, physical, emotional needs, your family's needs, emergencies, everything else has to fit in that 4 hours. And my life is so complicated that what I decide, I decide to do overtime in that 4 hours. because I've made my life so complicated, I can't get the ends meet. I need to work harder. I need to work more. Now then the question comes, why I don't have balance in my life? Why am I stressed? Why so much anxiety in my life? Why I am such a good person? Why am I depressed? You're supposed to be depressed. You should be depressed. Your lifestyle is a very depressive lifestyle because it has no balance whatsoever. But do we ever even question about it? We may get upset about our life, but we really don't take concrete serious steps to cut through it. And that's exactly the discussion of Bhagavad Gita is between Arjun and Krishna. In second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it's an amazing book. Whoever doesn't have, please take it with you when you go before going. In second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjun is telling Krishna, Prichami tvam dharma sammoda cheta yat shreyasya nishchitam bruhitam me shishyasteham sadhivam tam prapannam. Krishna, I just don't even know what my duty is. Because in first chapter of Gita, Arjun is constantly giving reasons, I don't want to fight. Just for some kingdom, you want me to kill my own grandfather, my guru, my brothers? I don't want. But then suddenly Arjun realizes, but they want to kill me. So what to do? Now what is my dharma right now? I don't want to kill them, but they are hellbound killing me. Now I'm so confused about my duty. Krishna, please help. Then he says, Shishyasteham sadhimam tam prapannam karpanya doshopata svabhava prichhami tam dharma samudacheta. Prichhami, I'm asking you, Krishna, what is my dharma right now? I am confused about my duty. And very interesting thing happens in Bhagavad Gita thereafter. Till then, the relationship between Krishna and Arjun is of friendship. They both are friends. They are friends to a degree that even though Krishna is Bhagavan, Arjun made Krishna his chariot driver. You become my driver. Now, for a warrior, king like Krishna, who is also king of Dwarka, to become a driver is a very low position. Some scriptural experts, they explain that on the battlefield, you don't wear Bluetooth speakers, to communicate with the chariot driver. Your communication happens through feet. So if Arjun wants Krishna to move right or left, he would signal through feet by tapping Krishna's body with his feet. And when the chariot driver is sitting and the charioteer gets off, the driver has to assist him getting off. That's his duty. Krishna's duty was to take care of the horses also. Keep the horses clean, nourished, fed, well fed, so that they can perform well. This was the job of Lord Supreme Lord Krishna. He chose that position to become a chariot driver of Arjun. But as soon as Arjun told Krishna, I am so confused about my dharma, I don't know what to do. I am your Shishya, a soul surrender unto you. Please help. Immediately Krishna's tone changed because now he became Guru from friend. So Krishna became Guru of Arjun. And from there on, Krishna started speaking about very powerful topics. And the first topic was, Arjun, you are speaking big words about doing this, not doing that. I don't want to kill, I don't want to fight. But you don't even know who you are. You're talking big words, but your identity crisis is not even resolved. Imagine, we may be a manager of a big company, but we don't even know who we are. What a precarious condition to be in. We don't even have complete understanding of our own identity. And that's where, when someone passes away, we happily say, oh, that person left. But that identity was never even understood. That same thing applies to us. Our identity is not even understood. Who kaun main? Who am I? Who am I? You know, if I do an experiment, if I call someone here and say, okay, touch your shoulder, touch your legs, touch your arms, touch your head, they will touch. Then I will say, touch yourself. What will they do? Well, that's your chest. They will touch the whole body, that's your body. Touch yourself. We can't even touch ourselves because we don't know ourselves. If that identity is not resolved, you can build as much as big building as possible. The basis itself is so hollow because there is no clarity of your own identity. And that's exactly what Krishna resolved in Bhagavad Gita. To begin with, imagine we're so fortunate that we have taken birth in Bharatvarsha, where Bhagavad Gita begins with this concept, whereas most of the world traditions do not even discuss this as their conclusive philosophy. They don't even end there. Imagine what all jewels are there in Bhagavad Gita after that. About karma, about life's journey, about the identity of the Supreme Lord Himself, about our relationship with the Supreme Lord. So it's very important. It's really important. I can only, with my folded hands, request to you all, please give this value to your next generation, your children. But for that, you will have to get it for yourself. You just cannot tell kids, it is nice to go to temple. क्योंकि वहाँ पे शांति मिलती है. You don't even know for which shanti you will go to the temple. No idea. I want peace. Oh really, I want peace. But I get peace when I go to beach. I get really peaceful when I go for sauna bath. I really feel peaceful when I hear classical music. But no. So these are very pertinent questions. I know I'm speaking very directly to all of you. I'm even assuming you may not even have planned to come to such a program to hear all this. Some of you may be thinking this is all crap, but it's my duty. It's my duty to tell as directly as I can, because we don't get these opportunities very much. Life in Melbourne is very different. We just don't get this chance. So please utilize it. Our journey from having some sort of Hindu belief has to turn into firm trust in the science of God. Like yesterday I was mentioning, we don't want to be blind believers of some religious texts. We really want to be spiritual scientists. What literally that means is only a person for whom spirituality is science. Science means provable experience. That experience which is provable. Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, which Bhagavad Gita has 700 shlokas, Krishna in Bhagavad Gita not even once mentions believe in me. Not even once Krishna mentions in Gita, you believe in me. Can you imagine? Out of 700 shlokas, not even one time Krishna says. What Krishna says, you can repeat after me. It's a very powerful shloka of Bhagavad Gita. And it's very auspicious also to chant Bhagavad Gita. Please try and chant after me. Raj Vidya Raj Goyam
Rajavidya Rajagoyam
Pavitram Idamuttamam
Pavitram Idamuttamam
Pratyakshaavagamam Dharmyam
Pratyashavanamam Dharmam
Susukham Kartum Avyayam.
Susukham Kartumavyayam.
This knowledge, Krishna says, is Raj Vidya. It's king of knowledge. It's Raj Goyam. It's the topmost secret. Now you will turn towards your left. Please turn towards your left. There is Bhagavad Gita kept besides Prabhu there. And I am saying it is king of all secrets. Just open it and read. Where is the secret? You know why it is secret? Okay, I give it in your hands and you read it. Still it will remain secret. Why? Because you don't understand it. It is such a secret. That's why Krishna says it is king of secrets. You need someone to explain this Gita to you. Krishna in Bhagavad Gita only tells that. He gives an answer. Bhakto sime sakacheti rahasyam hi idam uttamam. Only my devotee or those who are not envious of me can tell this rahasya, can tell this secret. You will not get it otherwise. So Raj Vidya, Raj Gohyam, Pavitram, it is the purest of all knowledge. Idam Uttamam, the most superior knowledge. Then Krishna makes an amazing statement. He says, Pratyakshaavagamam Dharmyam. You don't have to blindly follow. You just enter the laboratory of bhakti, put it in practice and see the result. Such a fair deal, you know. Pratyakshaavagamam means you should perceive it yourself. No blind following. Because I am born in certain culture, now because I am born in this culture, I have to follow Bhagavad Gita. What is the choice I have? No. Krishna says, Pratyakshaavagamam dharmam. You just put in practice and see the result. And then Krishna makes an amazing statement. He says, Susukham kartum abhyayam. You will know that how joyfully you will practice it. Krishna could have said, Sukham kartum abhyayam. Very happily you will do. He uses the word Susukham. Very joyfully you will perform it. So, there is nothing in this world we do which does not need faith. People, I get this argument many times, especially because I deal with students a lot, and they say, "No, I don't deal with things based on faith. I'm a very logical person. I need rationale, I need science behind it. If you can't explain to me with all logic and reasoning, I will not follow." But that same guy, he chose his university on faith. We all migrated here on faith. You chose your partner on faith. You must have done some research, but do you really know what is in the heart of the person? Everything you do in this world begins on faith. What we don't want is blind faith. Everything has to start on faith, but we don't want blind faith. And that's why Krishna says in Gita, you must experience it. This is an experiential journey we all are on. And you must experience it for yourself. And if it doesn't work for you, don't do it. We have tried so many things in this world. We tried so many products. We tried so many brands. Some people, they try partners also. But the fact is, Krishna is giving a very open offer. And I personally feel it's a very fair deal. If it doesn't work for you, move on. But he says, if you really do the way I am explaining, sukham kartum abhyayam, very joyfully you will perform. So with that thought in mind, I stop. If anyone has any questions, doubts or comments, we can discuss. We are in a very special month. This month is known as Kartik Mas. This particular month, a lot of amazing pastimes have happened. Ram, Sita, Lakshman, Hanuman, they all returned to Ayodhya. Hanumanji was coming for the first time, but Sita, Ram, Lakshman, they came first time to Ayodhya. Diwali is coming. Govardhan Puja, Krishna lifted Govardhan in this month. But one very beautiful pastime happened in this month. That's why this month is also known as Damodar Mas, where Krishna was tied, or Mother Yashoda tried to tie Krishna from the rope on his belly to a grinding mortar. And that's why Krishna gets this name, Damodar. Udar means belly. Dam means rope. So whose belly is tied with rope, his name is Damodar. All the names of the Lord have meaning. Anyone knows the meaning of word Krishna?
All attractive.
One who is very attractive. Akarshati iti Krishna, one who attracts. Anyone knows the meaning of word Ram?
Pleasure.
The source of all bliss. Ramanate iti Ram. The source of all bliss. Similarly, in a Melbourne temple in St. Kilda, we have the temple. The deity's name is Radha Vallabh. The meaning is beloved of Radha. So every name of Krishna has a meaning behind it. So Damodar means whose belly is tied with rope. Now, it's a very amazing pastime. I'll very quickly brief in a couple of minutes. Krishna was being very naughty, like all kids, but he was extraordinarily naughty. His naughtiness was so much that he is still worshipped as Makhan Chor, butter thief. If our kids steal, we are in serious trouble. But what type of stealing Krishna must have done that he is worshipped for it? Krishna was being so naughty that he broke the butter pot which his mother was churning makhan for him. And then mother was very upset that he's being so naughty, so much complaint already is coming. I must teach him a lesson. It's my duty as a mother to teach him a lesson. So she ran behind Krishna with a stick in her hand. And while running behind Krishna with stick in her hand, when Krishna saw, oh, mother is coming with a stick, he started crying. He started crying so fearfully that amazing, the words used in this prayer is very amazing. Rudantam muhur netram yugmam rijantam karam bhoja yugmena sa atanka netram. Krishna was crying, his whole mascara was spread around his face, and there was atanka in the netra. What is the meaning of atank?
Terror.
Terror, atankvadi. Terror in the eyes. It's not bhaya in the eyes. It's not fear. When fear goes to next level, it becomes terror. So Krishna was terrorized by this small stick. And who is this Krishna? Who killed Putana, who was 14 miles long when he was 6 days old. But Mother Yashoda, carrying that small stick, terrorized Krishna. Now how do you even fathom it? That the Supreme Lord, who is the source of creation, Arjun tells in Bhagavad Gita later, Param Brahma, Param Dhamam, Pamitram Idamam Uttamam. You are the source of everything. You are Param Brahma. Everything comes from you. Aham Sarvasya Prabhu Matta Sarvam Pravartate. All spiritual and material world comes from you, Krishna. How can a small stick terrorize you? How can a small stick terrorize Krishna? Why was he terrorized? Was he acting? He was actually fearful. He was so fearful that he could not speak. He was just shaking out of fear. Seeing his fear, Yashoda had to throw the stick. That she did not want the child to have some psychological issue. That he may get so disturbed or so scared that he may not come to me next time. She threw the stick. Krishna was so fearful. He was not acting. And this is very, very hard for someone who does not understand science of God, Bhagavad Tattva, to understand why the source of creation behaves in such a way. Why? Because he is controlled by love. When Mother Yashoda's love was controlling Krishna, he was exactly reciprocating to her like a baby reciprocates to mother. Completely in control of Mother Yashoda. And then she tried to tie Krishna with the rope. Mother Yashoda had 900,000 cows, personal cows at home. She brought all the rope of all the cows to tie Krishna. And it was 2 fingers short. She told all the gopis in Vrindavan, this is too little high. She told all the gopis in Vrindavan, bring all the ropes from your home, 2 fingers short. The rope was not fitting. Initially she thought he's really stealing butter, he's gaining weight. But how can 9 lakh cows rope doesn't fit you? And Yashoda was determined, I will tie Lala today no matter what happens. Because he's very naughty. But Krishna was also playing. Okay. You can try and tie me. So Krishna in his Leela, you will see, simultaneously will show human emotions, but immediately he'll switch to his godhoodness, that how he is the Supreme Lord. Just 1 minute before he was crying seeing the stick, and now kilometers long rope is not able to tie him. So this happens very simultaneously, and it is very difficult if someone doesn't understand science of God, that why he behaves the way he behaves. Very, very powerful pastimes actually. And then when Krishna saw, now mother is very tired. She's just sweating. She's exhausted from morning to evening. She's trying to tie me and she cannot. Then he said, okay, I agree. Your bhakti has overpowered. I agreed to be tied. Now you can tie me. And then he starts crying. Oh, you tired me. Please release me. Now Mother Yashoda has worked hours to tie Krishna. Why should she release him straight away? Then comes Balramji. Now Balram saw Krishna tired. He became even more upset. Who tied you, Krishna? Who dared tie you? And Krishna is telling, Mother Yashoda tied me. And he's so upset. Don't you know Yashoda Maiya? He is Swam Narayan. Don't you know? He is Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narsinga, Vaman, Parsuram, Ram. He is that. And Yashoda came out, oh really? Who are you? I am Anantashesh. It was me who came as Lakshman. It's me who's carrying all the planets, universes on my hood. Then Yashoda says, if you don't go from here, I will also tie you next to Krishna. Do you really think I will believe that all the avatars are born in my home only? Get lost. And you'll be surprised what happens. Balram starts crying. And he goes to Krishna. I told you not to be naughty. You just don't listen. And Krishna says, but you were supposed to free me. He said, Mother Yashoda has tied you. I have no jurisdiction over her. This is love of devotee. This is bhakti bhaddham. The devotion of devotees can tie Krishna. The source of creation is tied by a rope. He's not tied by a rope. He's tied by the devotion behind that rope. And keeping that little devotion in our mind, we'll offer lamps to the Lord today. It's very powerful to offer lamps in Damodar month. One statement is there that a human brain cannot even calculate or cannot even think of doing so many sinful activities which one lamp offering in this month can release you from. So when you have lamp with you, when you will do it shortly, please have a prayer in your mind that I am very busy in my life, my dear Lord. My whole consciousness is so much covered in darkness. With this light of lamp, which I am offering with some devotion to you, please illuminate my hard-hearted, dark heart. Please accept this with some devotion and please free me from your own illusory clutches. Hare Krishna. If anyone has any question, we can discuss. We have a few minutes. No questions? So we go to next part. Lamp off? Yes, ma'am.